welcome Mukta Pradhaji. We had met in Yangon and we had conducted so many seminars together. My respect to you and my fellow panelists. Thank you very much. Much area had been touched by eminent speakers earlier, and I don't have much to supplement. Thank you very much, everybody, that we had several rounds of seminars, workshops, and all in context of India-Myanmar relationship. It has been 20 years now. We have been, conducting several rounds of seminars, and thank you everyone for taking active part in the promotional activities of ACIS policy as well as India-Myanmar relationship. In fact, after World War II, whenever we visit Moreh and whenever we have a glimpse of Cabo Valley from the mountain top of Khuding Thavi, which is just few kilometers ahead of Moreh before reaching the border town, we used to spend some few minutes there, and we used to enjoy the glimpse as far as I can touch, and that is Cabo Valley. And the moment we see it, we always thought that we should explore something from Myanmar, which is our immediate neighbor. And a voice from within says that explore, go. And we believe that the Manipuris, especially our forefathers, had told that one day the Eastern Gate will be opened and there will be people-to-people connectivity as well. So I think, can you listen me? Because I can't see any visual effect here. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Very clear, very clear.
Yeah, sorry. So with that attempt, we have started an organization called Indo-Myanmar Fraternal Alliance. I will try to brief as much as possible in 2004. And in between 2004 to 2020, we had several rounds of meeting. We had kind of interaction with our Myanmar counterpart in many areas, cultural exchange, sports, and so many activities we try to organize together. Hello. So, but in 2017, the scenario has been changed, because as soon as Mr. Birent, our Honorable Chief Minister of Manipur, he assumed the office as the Chief Minister of Manipur, I requested him that ACIS policy is such a serious matter that you should personally take part in that. With that concept, we had been to Yangon, where he took part in one of the international seminars on 2017 February 8, where he thundered from the podium that unless there is border opening, there is no deeper meaning of ACIS policy. And sometimes we have certain difficulties. That's what he said. And say between Impal and the Tamu, we cannot go beyond Tamu, for example, in early days. And even if we go there also, we need to take a special permission. Special permission, we'll have to write to Nipido, we'll have to write to Yangon, and there is a long formalities that we cannot easily consummate in few days. That was the difficulties earlier. So Manipur government in 2017, they set up a committee known as ACIS Policy Committee Manipur, and for which our Chief Minister is the chairman, and there are many bureaucrats, including the Chief Secretary and many principal secretaries, commissioners, and all as the members, and I'm given the responsibility of the convener of the ACIS Policy Committee. See, when we talk about ACIS policy and when we talk of our problems in the border, Manipur being the immediate neighbor to Myanmar, we are to take part in their difficulties. We are to take part in many ways that is unavoidable. But when it comes to the ACIS policy affairs matters, the External Affairs Ministry they are the direct responsibility. For example, in 2018, in February, a major fire was broke out in Tamu, Nafalong, where all the soaps in Nafalong were gutted to fire and it was all vanished. It was razed to the ground. Honorable Chief Minister of Myanmar, Dr. Min Naing, and his cabinet colleagues came down from Mongwa to take stock of the situation. I also rushed to the spot. We really wanted to do our best in the re-establishment of the Nafalong town, which is very important for the Manipuris also. In one way, it is a lifeline for many Manipuris because there are many PT businessmen who are living on Nafalong market. We wanted to help, we wanted to extend maximum monetary help, but we can't do that. And even the Chief Minister can't do that because it is central subject. Of course, some relief materials we could have extended, but in a big way we couldn't do anything. But when it comes to Indo-Myanmar relationship, our gesture of love, our gesture of generosity, and our gesture of friendship, whether it is kind or kept, is very much needed. That we couldn't do much. So, like same thing, Zagang division also. When they have a problem in the border, Nipid or Yangon is too far for them. In the same way, from Manipur, Delhi also is a too far of land. Sometimes Zagang government and some people, they have suggested me that there should be northeastern, which is sharing border with Myanmar, should have a kind of cooperation or kind of union with Zagang division and northeastern division, especially with the Manipur, with which we have a direct link, which is also known as the Asian Corridor for India. It is very important. So now, coming back to the point, I will try to brief as much as possible. But in 2017, I'll tell you what happened is, in 2017, Manipur suffered about 4 months economic blockage. Manipur government has requested the central government to enable them to import this petrol and diesel from Myanmar. Center has simply turned it down because the fuel standard of Myanmar is not suitable for Indian automobiles. But unfortunately or fortunately, what happened is many shops in More, they used to sell this petrol and diesel in open, and it is definitely this process from across the border. This is the importance of Myanmar to India as well as to the people of Manipur. So, it is policy, Manipur government, though they have, they are not authorized. We are doing our best, the Manipur government especially, we are doing our best. The Chief Minister went to Yangon and he has invited the Chief Minister of Mandalay that he came. He has invited the Chief Minister of Zagang that he came with his football team where we had football exhibition match during 2017 Shanghai Festival. And reciprocally, we had also been to Mongwa and Mandalay to have a reciprocal football match of women 11 of Mandalay with women 11 of Zagang and the Manipur women 11. And for your kind information, Manipur is always considered to be the powerhouse of sports in many disciplines. And the Manipur football team, we have a special feeling to be proud of because out of the 11th women football team, 9 or 10 happen to be from Manipur alone. So this is how we promote kind of people-to-people connectivity. This is how we have developed this people-to-people relationship where we can see eyeball to eyeball and start talking the real language of Ekis policy. This is very important. We have discussed so many things. Sometimes people from Delhi, people from South Block, they used to come down to Tammu and they used to script the story of Ekis policy, whereas they have not seen genuine river, whereas they cannot spell out properly Kaliwa, Kalimiu, where is Kasin, where is Muse, where is Masai, where is Mesot. Nobody knows it, but they are just sitting in a cozy restaurant in Tammu and they are trying to write big volumes of Agris policy behind their big volumes of books. I appreciate them, but in the last 20 years, since 2004, in between 2020, I have traveled to Myanmar many times. Sometimes without visa and passport as arranged by Ministry of Hotel and Tourism, sometimes with visa and passport, and sometimes on multiple visa. So we tried many ways. Recently, we had introduced Indian ball badminton, which was originated from India to Jagang, with the involvement of His Excellency Dr. Min Naing, the Honorable Chief Minister of Jagang, where we have deputed 2 courses and they have trained for about 2 months. They have come to Imphal. We had a friendly kind of exhibition matches and all. Now I will brief. I'm not given much time. I'll just come to the point. Some suggestion I would like to put forth. Dr. Palin has categorically stated that the importance of CJ Hospital and the adjoining hospital in Manipur. Yeah, very right. I had accompanied with him many times to Myanmar. Dr. Ibol and my respected Dr. Puranjans and are all here. We have been together with a concept to strengthen the bilateral ties of Myanmar and India in many ways. But to some extent, it has not been executed. Monthly Imphal bus service, it is hung India for so many years now. It is not implemented. I don't know why. 69 bridges from Tammu to Kaliwa. It is pending. It was, the work order was awarded to a Mumbai farm, which is some 1,000 kilometers away from Manipur, who doesn't know the ABC of Myanmar and Manipur. And they sublet all the works to different subcontractors. But it's not the way. The India government, especially with the request, should tap very serious attention, and it should be awarded to a firm which can just execute the work in a stipulated time. Not that it gives to some Tom and Harry, and whether they execute the work or not, they just sleep on their pillow. It's not like that. I have spoken to the Chief Minister of Mandalay. I have spoken to our ambassador, former, and Mr. Nandan Baishora and all. And even the Jagang Division Chief Minister, he was so upset. He was not happy with the kind of developmental works which has been taken up. It's not been implemented. When we talk of India-Myanmar relationship, when we look from our border standpoint, we should think of that. We can also think that there is international border between China and Myanmar in the Shan state. And once upon a time, these areas.
Sorry, Mr. Shivachandra Singh. Sorry to interrupt you. We have to actually wind up and come to very end. Maybe we will have a bilateral with you later on. I think we have to go, and we have overshoot time by 1 hour. Your point is very well taken. So kindly wind up in 1 minute, please.
1 minute. Okay. Thank you. So these are the obstacles we are facing here, and thank you very much. So now what we need to do is that we need to invite all the people who are on the ground, and we need to work out what can be done. And thank you. I will not take much more time than this. Thank you very much.